go. Lily. Oh, how the mighty have potentially fallen. Which talent are you choosing? No talent or murderous intent? I'm going to choose to play no talent just to show how god-awful it is. If you don't know, Curse of the Cord got reworked from a contentious talent, because skillful Lilith players call it noob bait, but it is also genuinely very useful for making the character easy to play. It's like a good entry-level talent for Lilith, and if you want to heal dump, I mean, it's there. They took it from that, you know, contentious, but at least it did something, right? To meditation tier 1. That's it. And I'm going to play this talent just to show how bad it is. And I guess I also have this build. I did kind of tear it up a little bit. But we are using a lot of the new cards here. We have Lifesteal for the allies when standing in the swarm. We have Duration Increase on Swarm. That, in particular, seems really nice. And Blood Cannon level 4. 200 increased health. I am on par with Moji's health now, when Moji runs the health card. Because when Moji runs the health card, she gets up to 2600. I think 2650 at level 5. And with the Lilith here, Blood Cannon level 5, I have 2700. Or level 4, 2700. Level 5 would be 2750. So that's... it's going to be a shift. Theoretically, the self-sustain is easier? Question mark? This character confuses me, so if I get anything wrong, I'm sure Stealthy will correct me in the chat. And when I turn this into a video on YouTube, people can correct me in the comments. Take the word of the Lilith mains over me. But from what I understand, they changed the kill to heal thing that Hex does. The way I understand it is that before, if you put the Hex on an enemy and then you killed them, you would get healing. And if you got an assist, you would still get healing, but slightly less. And now they've shifted it so that when you put the Hex on an ally and then they get a kill, you get healed. So, because you're already incentivized to put the Hex on... Whoops, I didn't mean to put that. Because you're already incentivized to put the Hex on allies a lot, yeah, it's a way to improve your self-sustain. And I believe that's also why you see some of the other self-sustain numbers from the Hex go down to compensate for that. So it encourages you, as a Lilith player, to put the Hex on your team gets the kills, and self-sustain yourself that way.
This woman had all her important numbers tuned down. Healing and damage from Swarm. Hex ally heal. Region from ally Hex. Blood HP. Total HP.
Yeah. So you have a lot less blood health to work with. I believe... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the Tier 1 Swarm, just putting it down on the ground like that, is a lot cheaper now. Because wasn't it just 800 at base, period? Like, for Swarm, just in general? But Tier 3 is exactly the same at 800, except you have less blood health to work with. And you're still incentivized to put down to Tier 3, because it's just so gosh darn good compared to Tier 1. So it ends up working out that she struggles a little bit more. Oh, I got a kill! Spammage! Yes! I'm trying my best to try and work out how the heck this character works. Because... yeah, she's definitely not in my comfort zone when it comes to supports, and she's got so many hidden features and bloat on her kit. She needs a skin that just makes her obese to actively reflect how much bloat she has in her kit, because, like, my goodness. There's too much going on. Her cards that increase healing and damage were also reworked. Yeah. I think some of them are pretty good. Like, the card that increased the healing and damage of the Swarm but decreased the duration, that one got reworked to just increase duration of the Swarm. I think that's a good rework, because the minus duration penalty was pretty steep, and I don't think you really want that. And this allows you to have a lot more uptime on the Swarm, which, again, is partly why I think they nerfed the healing and damage somewhat. But did they change the card that makes it more efficient to put out a Swarm? I'm certainly not running it in this build, but... Did they change that at all? I don't know. By the way, chat, do you notice how I haven't gotten any value out of my talent at all yet? I've been in combat the entire time because I'm constantly shooting to participate in the team fight. And my swarms will actively put me in combat, so if I put a swarm on a teammate and then an enemy walks into it, I'm in combat and all of a sudden my talent is useless. I have to actively decide to walk away from the team fight, not use any of my healing abilities except hacks, just for my talent to literally be the same as if I bought Meditation 1. But Meditation scales up to level 3, and meditation isn't a talent. I could buy meditation while using murderous intent and be, like, infinitely more effective. If I wanted that playstyle of using meditation to regenerate blood health. I don't know what they were thinking with this talent, genuinely. Like, a lot of the talent reworks this patch are kind of sketch. Curse of the Cord, hot garbage, ambidextrous, overpowered as crap. Very, very goofy. Like, there are some good changes this patch, don't get me wrong, but I am scratching my head at some of this stuff. The more and more I think about it. Alright, I guess I'll just throw that there. And I'll throw that on you, and then get a quick swarm up to you. And then let's try and get another swarm down to Makoa. Full charge, like that. And I'll ult, so they get the benefit out of lifesteal. And they can maybe go in a little bit. Oh, thank you, Seven! That was so kind! He just pulled me up to the high ground, exactly where I wanted to be. Oh, can we not? I can get him! Yes! Yo, damage Lillith, still insane. At least they buffed the damage on her primary fire. It's not all bad, right? Yeah! Oh man, that was a really bad hex. I'm sorry. I'm probably dead. Yeah, I'm very dead. That was very poorly played on my part. The devs are getting wrecked in the Discord feedback channels. Yeah, I've heard a lot of toxicity is going on that right now. The thing we have to keep in mind, chat, is that we can scratch our heads at some of these changes. We can say that these changes are bad if you think a change is bad. Like, if you think Lillith changes are bad, you can rightfully tell them that it sucks. But there's a difference between criticism, especially helpful criticism, and just being rude. And that's not what you want to do. Like, let's not call people stupid. Let's not harass, name call, do anything like that. Because that's not productive, and you're just honestly incentivizing the devs not to listen to you. So when you give your feedback, yeah, you can say something sucks. But don't, don't directly go after them as people. Don't be mean like that, right? We always have to keep that in mind. Because there are always some people who are just gonna be, well, jerks. I don't know why. People take this stuff a little bit too seriously. And then it gets nasty. Okay, I need to put a swarm like here-ish. Whoa, whoa! Oh my gosh. That was only 1100 damage? Wow! See, if that were normal Lillith and I got bursted that fast, I would have been like, wow, how did I take 2,000 damage? I thought I did take 2,000 damage there. Nah, that was just like 1,000 damage from 7 and a random spit from Moji. And that's it. Feels so squishy. I have 2,700 HP still, but that's like a lot less than normal. And if I were to buy Veteran or Armor Plating, that would also be a lot worse. But I'm gonna do this for survival's sake. Oh, okay. Okay, take this. Whoa. They got our tank! Run away! Oh my god, everyone's dead, Furia! I wish you could heal me! We're cowering in a corner! There's a 7-player! No, Furia, my friend! I'm running! Finally, I can get value out of Curse of the Cord! Maybe, maybe, maybe? No! Ah! I think there was a time devs intentionally did not listen to feedback due to the amount of harassment they got. Yeah, and honestly, I can't blame them. Like, there is a fine line between harassment and constructive criticism. You don't want to cross that line. The card that makes her stomach radius bigger, that's autocorrect right there. Yeah. I mean, at least on that card, they got rid of the penalty. Before, it honestly felt like it hurt you more than it helped you. Now it just barely helps you. I really don't understand the point of a 10% buff to the radius, though, on an ability this small. Like, on a larger ability, okay, then I guess it would make more sense. But on this ability, I mean, look at how tiny it is. That's so small. Oh boy. Like, I'm pretty sure Grok's totems are already bigger than Lilith's swarms. And then Totemic Ward is a substantially larger increase than just 10%. It's 20% if I recall correctly? Which is a lot better. And it's a lot better when you're starting from a higher base value, but when you start with a small value of Lilith and then you only increase it by 10%, that's kind of small. Oh, he's going in. Okay. Oh, there we go. Gotcha. Yep, use these swarms, man. I just exploded. Okay. He's got a beam, though. Thank goodness for that. But yeah, man, we are healing less. Without Old Curse of the Cord, I'm still taking a lot of damage to my blood health. I don't have as much blood health to work with. This does kind of suck. I get that Lillith was really strong in the right hands, but... This feels like a lot. Uh-oh, he's going in. And we just get wrecked. Alright, let's take a look at the stats. I was still able to get top healing in the lobby. Like, I don't think the swarm healing is bad, per se. Like, it's definitely worse, but also, again, like I said when it came to the Corvus nerfs, it is proportional, and so proportionally, like, other supports also got their healing nerfed, and so it's like, oh, okay, it's still gonna be reasonably up there. But man, I only did 13,000 damage even with the damage bonus, yet somehow I also got 5 kills? Guys, why are you letting me top kill with healer Lillith? Okay. I think part of why that match went wrong was a bit of a diff. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I literally just played Lillith without a talent there as well. That's the other thing. There was not a single moment in that entire match where I was ever able to get value out of Curse of the Cord. This is so bad. I genuinely don't know what they were thinking with this talent. They didn't even have to rework it, because the old Curse of the Cord, yeah, it was contentious. Because some Lillith mains say that it's a noob trap, because you get more value in late game out of the other talents if you can play them more skillfully. But it still, I would say, had value for making her easier to play to get into. Because she is a ridiculously complicated support, and so, I don't know. Like, yeah, it wasn't a perfect talent, but this is not the answer. This is definitely not the answer. Oh boy.